They can't even hear me breathing heavy. That's why. I just had, my last meeting. This is Memorial Day weekend. Imagine that. That crept up. Now I have to remember service people who fell in during the line of duty. That's what Memorial Day is. I got that from Handy Danny Christopher S. Penn, who likes to help remind people, what's the deal? That's so funny.
Well, yeah. Don't say Happy Memorial Day to people.
Yeah. Happy Memorial Day, you boob. That's I just got this notification saying, what, no show today? Well, we'll talk about that in just a second, won't we?
Hi everyone, Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam and NFL Blitz, welcoming you to The Backpack Show. Your hosts, Chris Brogan, Kerry Gargone, Boom Shakalaka.
Backpack Show. Wait a second, that's the day
Sup?
announcement. What's up? Oh, wait. That's different too because we changed
different.
The
We were playing with the name tag banners.
It's Epic Voice Con!
No way! Yay!
Oh,
you should totally come hang out with us.
You should totally come out. If we gave you a link, you should come in and say hi.
So much fun.
Your DC EU was the DC 400th episode was so great. Very good stuff. Super funny. So thanks for that. Epic Voice Guy, that is. That's so cool. Listen, we're not here for a whole time today because we have a couple announcements. One is that for, I don't know, the next month, maybe 2 months, maybe like summertime in America, we're going to take Fridays off. We're not doing Fridays anymore. You know why? Because you're taking them off.
Because we moved the show to 7 p.m. on weekdays and forgot all about Friday nights because I'm a mom and I'm like, Friday doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, what's Friday? Who cares?
I don't know. Just another day.
That is so weird with that new look and feel.
Do you want me to put it back? I'll put it back if it makes you happy. Okay. I live only for your happiness.
Yeah. So listen, we're going to move the show back to mornings when? July, did we just say? First week of July we'll go back? Is that what we decided? Okay.
After July 4th week.
After July 4th week. Okay,
so we're taking that week off because July 4th week.
Right.
And then 10 a.m. Eastern.
10 a.m. Eastern again.
Which is woefully early Pacific, which I realize. So I'm sorry in advance.
Yeah.
For that.
So no Fridays for June and July and back to 10 a.m. Eastern time. Sorry, West Coast US. Back to 10 a.m. Eastern time as of July, whatever that's going to be, 12th or something.
To look.
Whatever the Monday is after
I have a desk
Monday
calendar. Yes, it's July 12th. I have a desk calendar, all 1980s style, right underneath my keyboard.
That many people come and watch the show for a second, they all leave. That's so weird.
I don't know.
But yeah. So that's the deal. So,
they thought you had something to say, and they're like, I don't want to talk about dates.
Yeah, all's good, Paul Buddy. Thanks for asking.
I can't answer for how good we are, actually. You'd have to stick around and tell us your opinion on that.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Maybe just people heard it was announcements and decided they'd leave because it was announcements, or they said, man, those red glasses, I'm never going to compete with those. Off they go.
Those are like your Friday night glasses.
Yeah.
You break them up for like work meetings or something?
Look at this new shirt. Yeah, that's what I do. Big work meetings, big ones where I have hundreds of people watching. I put these on.
So my new tattoo is so itchy. I don't want to put anything over it because it gets like fuzzy stuck to it because I put moisturizer on it to stop the itch. So it's long story short is why I have no like sleeves.
That's what you say.
Well,
Germany, V Gates, V Gates, Cow Glow.
You don't know them that well. V Gates.
Oh, pardon me.
So I guess you covered all the announcements already. We really didn't have that much to say.
Yeah. Well, Vinster Geister, how did you enjoy it? Was it a good experience?
Don't know. Yeah, were you checking it out? Because you actually can use StreamYard with a discount using Chris Brogan's special link
for StreamYard. A discount, but I get a bag of money if you do.
A bag of money?
Me, so yeah, like $6.08. $6.08. Oh, from another channel. So not the Vinster Geister show.
Oh. Well, so like I keep telling people, it's just really easy to use. And I like to tell people about how last year in maybe August, I had a bunch of people asking me to co-host shows with them. And I was like, thank you very much. You don't actually need me. You just need StreamYard. That's actually the truth of the situation. As much as I would like to believe that I'm indispensable. it was not my skill set
They didn't need it.
they wanted.
They didn't need it. So we've had some great shows. We've had a lot of great shows. Yesterday's show really sticks with me still. Dr. Robert Brooks and Heather
Younger.
Younger. Very good times. You know, we learned a lot. We learned about leadership skills. We learned how to help people understand what they need to, you know, thrive forward. From employee fanatics, she is. I don't think I ever asked her one employee fanatics question.
Well, I mean, creating a listening culture relates to all of that because that's part of it. This says hello.
Preparation H. Wow, now that's a pain in the ass, but I guess you could do that.
Goodness gracious.
I don't know about this.
I think you deserve a yellow card. I'm going to work on that. Hold on.
You have no
We have
chance.
so many things in here now.
Yellow card Brogan. You know, what else is new?
It's so true. Every once in a while, I want to be like, but you know, that's insulting. What else is new? But yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm. The reduces inflammation. You know, if you notice, I started with the daytime show. That was because we're going to change the show. I trust you. We're going to start with the daytime show again, July 12th, and starting now, which is weird to say because we're here. Starting now, Fridays between now and a little bit, we're not going to stick around. But, ladies and gentlemen, you have no idea what we've just done. We've just released the Kraken. Ladies and gentlemen, epic voice guy himself, John Bailey. Hey, John.
Hey,
What's up, guys?
how are you?
I'm
Oh, look at your
fine.
fancy studio.
I'm in my box.
This is
I
where you
love
do the
it.
work.
I'm in the box.
You're the man in the box. That's one of my favorite songs.
So who else is in the box with you? Ryan Reynolds?
It's just me.
Him.
Sorry, it's just me. I didn't wear my brown pants, so I can't pan down. It'd be embarrassing.
Oh,
Or Optimus Prime, maybe? I'm just riffing, but
I'm afraid he's parked in the garage.
that will never not make me so happy.
It's so
Man.
scary.
Story time at your house has got to be amazing.
Well, it was back when they were young enough for stories.
Oh.
So now they're not super into it.
lazy, stinky teenagers.
Do you now do impressions and they get annoyed at you like, Dad, stop? Or do they still like it?
You know, I asked one the other day. I was like, "Does it bug you? Like, is it like you get embarrassed or?" And he's like, "No, I try not to laugh." I was like, "That's all." Like, there's no feedback whatsoever. So I have no idea. Maybe they're too scared, to be honest. I don't know.
Maybe they just roll their eyes or something.
They're like, well, my son Tyler is at third born. He was like, "That's just what dads do." I'm like, my dad never did that for me. My dad never did cool voices.
My dad didn't either, but my dad talked like Walter Cronkite like all the time when he was talking about nothing especially important. It just all the time.
Or you're like first school.
Exactly. It sounded like everything was really urgent. So Cowglow wants to know, what's the backpack show? This is it. Exactly. Are you drinking your drink? They said, what's the backpack show? This is it. This is it. We just like
they said
come in.
background image.
Oh no.
Oh, yours?
Yeah,
That's like
what the
soundproofing
background
stuff.
image was. I'm like, oh,
Soundproofing stuff,
that's
right?
my logo in the background.
Oh my
Yeah, this
gosh.
stuff is just our lights. That's our
Love
lights.
it. Oh, see, I need that.
Yeah.
I need to not hear my kids. Do stuff.
Yeah,
Just normally.
You got a nice little reverb echo going.
Oh, sorry.
So Cowglow, the answer to the question normally is it's a business show where we get insights and ideas of success from unusual places, like John Bailey, who just dropped by. But we are not going to do the show on Fridays for the whole rest of the summer. So, you know, August or September, we'll come back to them. And please bear in mind that we're going to switch back to 10 a.m. Eastern starting July 12th. So there you go.
You know what we could probably use as an announcement from Epic Voice Guy about
Oh
that.
my gosh.
I'm not from Honest Trailers. They didn't give me birth.
No, I know. But I mean, that's where my kids
no
first
one
discovered
possibly,
you.
you know, yeah.
Voice of Honest
Yeah.
Trailers. That's more.
There you go.
Voice
Voice of Honest Trailers. So you, like I was just saying as you dropped in, 400th episode DCEU, 400 episodes.
Well, their 400th episode.
Yeah, exactly.
My 386th.
Because the other guy left.
We
Well, no,
speaking of,
actually,
speaking of him.
he was called into active service. He was in the military. But there was
Oh,
more than
well.
one. There was one guy that did the first one, and then there was another guy that did like 12, and then there was one guy that did that did Avatar. and then I've done almost all but 1 year. Honest Game Trailers has been online. I've done all of theirs too. So I don't know how many I don't know how many it is between Honest Game Trailers and Honest Movie Trailers, but I know it's a lot.
I'm going to do this just for that one guy. Here you go.
Oh, look, I've got one of those Force balls in this fight.
Oh, I think you froze that
It's
fight.
just a
Aw, you're a little frozen. I'm so excited you popped in, though. I went and saw your comedy show a while back and loved it. The Zoom comedy is weird, but your set was awesome.
There, it was awesome.
That's not true. There were like 3 other people.
It wasn't very many. It was basically all my own friends. I didn't care for online stand-up. Was weird. It was an odd. Yeah, it's just you can't feed off the audience. You can't really, because there's digital feedback. You can only hear one person at a time, so you can't really hear everybody laughing at once. So it's just like you do a joke and then one person's like, "Ha," or they're all muted, and you just see their faces going, or they may not be doing anything at all, and it's like, oh man, it's like doing your stand-up 5 inches away from the front row, like right where they're right in your face, as opposed to being in a big group where it's like they all kind of blend together and you're not really paying attention. You got the lights and the sounds and everything, so it's just a very odd experience, and it was very rough too. My autistic son had like a huge meltdown 10 minutes before the show started. I was shocked that I was even able to get through that because my hands were literally shaking when I got in the booth. So yeah, it's something else.
Yeah, that's really tricky. No, you did an amazing job. I felt bad actually because if they
I was in terror mode a few minutes before.
Well, no, you were so good. And I think you said the same thing right before the interview we did with you, that you had a big job. You were super nervous. You were going to have to leave for it. You could not tell you were nervous. You were phenomenal. So this was the same. But from my perspective, I was like, I feel like I'm heckling you if I'm unmuted and laughing and stuff. Like, because I can't make my voice in relation to yours quieter. So it was just like, and I didn't want to disrupt your stuff.
I think a good comic, or most comics at least, I would assume, and from all the ones that I know, they feed off of the audience's energy, whether it's good or bad. If it's negative, then okay, this crowd's not doing this tonight. But if it's probably like, okay, this crowd, then this kind of, like, I could tell. I've been audiences where I could kind of tell that they were all in the mood for like dirty jokes and not really kind of stuff. So I did the most innuendo-y things that I do, because I could tell it was that kind of audience. But other audiences would, if I get a bigger laugh on something else, I'll go in that direction, and you really just don't get that feeling or that sense that you can in person online through Zoom. It just doesn't work very well.
Well, you can see us clutching our pearls.
Cody Wootens, who's here, was asking me when I'm getting my OnlyFans, but I was just telling him today, I said, one of my favorite little Optimus jokes we always do is we make it sound a little more innuendo, where we're like, put the cube in my chest, Sam. So
no, you got to do it this way. Sam, I need you to get inside me and drive me hard. The Decepticons.
Okay. Can't get through that whole sentence. It's not going to happen. Because he's the truck. It drives him hard. See, it's all innuendo, guys. I didn't actually say anything bad.
Exactly. Yeah, it was our own dirty minds that took it there. You're absolutely right. It's us to blame.
I mean, if you put the wrong context on anything, it all is dirty.
Maximum overdrive. Autobots roll out.
Oh my gosh. Well, and that's you imitate that a lot in Honest Trailers, Sometimes the end reads that you do for people, I always think of them as fortune cookies. Those end reads sometimes come out that way on purpose sometimes, and sometimes they just make me think of innuendo. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like when they
usually it's the comment was deliberately innuendo-y, but I don't get to pick them. So I prefer the ones that are misspelled or misquoted because those are funnier to me.
I like the ones you can tell you really don't want to read them. Like you've probably done it a million times before, but you're like, rubber baby buggy bumpers. Like, here we go again.
They actually tell me to do that. Well, sometimes I'll improvise it. And like, guys, we've done this like 10 times. And I was like, I thought of it like, I'm aggravated that I have to do it again. So they'll be like, oh, that's funny. I'll do that.
A little extra deep sigh. Listen, I'm going to play just a tiny bit of your 45 impressions just so that people can who don't know you get a quick bite of who you
Okay.
are. Hang tight 1 second.
Makes when it takes a man's life. My
Hey, I've
name
seen
is
this on Detective Pikachu.
Sam. I need you to get inside me.
I've been working on these arms like for the last couple of years. Didn't you see me in Transformers? I thought I was a pretty until I met Samuel L. Jackson.
Hey, Squidward, are you free for that errand?
Oh, wait, we got it, guys. We'll do another movie where we all get really stoned. It'll be great.
We've kind of already done that to death. We did it like 6 times in a row. I don't know. I think we should just maybe try something different.
You can tell a man's worth by taking his hand and by whether he smells like beef or tofu.
Oh my gosh! And on the hits keep on coming.
Tofu. Chris smells like
So,
tofu.
The story behind this video was a stand-up comedian of mine messaged me and said, "Hey, Dana Carvey is doing an impressions reality like competition show. And
wow!
they're taking submissions from people who do impressions." So I literally whipped that thing up, and I did one take on everything, whipped it together super fast, and sent it off. Didn't hear anything back, whatever. But I was like, well, I got the video. I don't have to tell them what it's for because I know it's it's not, the show's not out yet. And I just posted it up on Facebook, and I think that was the first time any video of mine ever blew up on Facebook before I quit Facebook.
Before you quit Facebook.
It got like 40-something thousand views in a day or so. And for me, that was insane. I work to go, but I'm post projects myself going for. And and I've made a few friends from that video, and apparently it impacted and reached enough people that it got me a couple of things, projects invited to work on, or possible work on. So I was like, you never know, throw something out there. Better than just throw it in the trash because I didn't get the job.
You're right. No, I love your stuff.
I love that. I love that
Having a
delay.
great time.
Like we're on the CNN, and one of us is in Israel. Is like in America, and it's like 20 minutes between and then the Peter Talks broke down. That's right, Frank.
Has there been an impression that you really didn't want to do, but like they really needed you to do it, and so you just got good at it? Now you have to do it.
No, honestly, I just do. It's kind of like being in a batting cage, and they've got I'm in the professional one, the one that pitches balls like 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, and I'm just constantly swinging as fast as I can because they don't give me any time. They throw you out. If you're lucky, you get a audio reference from the actual character's voice in whatever it is. But usually you just get an actor's name and maybe a little tiny sample of something, or they give you a link to something that they've talked in, and then they need it back within the hour. I mean, it's usually that fast. So, I mean,
Within the hour?
I don't know if I'm able to do it until. Yeah, it's so fast. The turnaround is ridiculous.
Wow. I don't even think I couldn't do a Chris impression that fast. It would be a lot of work for me. I'm not a professional voice actor. So do you do it like when you talk in your sleep? Are you Optimus Prime?
No, I don't talk.
Ryan Reynolds?
I don't sleep. Who sleeps? I don't have time to sleep.
I mean, you got to sleep a little, right? If you don't sleep, you go. That's what they say.
If you do a good impression of Chris, just dress like the guy who wrote Game of Thrones. There you go.
I'll work on that for next time. Have you ever done a Werner Herzog impression?
Yes, I have. I want the baby. I hear bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
How could I have forgotten?
We could just do this all night. We'll be like, Christopher Walken, go.
Pretty much. It's all day, all night. It's like, hey, voice monkey, make us stop. Nobody cares about that clown.
Well, dang, if you weren't so good at it, people wouldn't ask you to do it. Nobody asked me to do it. What's your next thing that you can talk about that you have coming up? Like, how can we support you?
I wish there was things I could talk about.
Well, we could send people to your website or for coaching or for social media stuff. Like, how can people support you?
Find me on all on the TikToks, Twitters, and Instagram and YouTube at Big Voice Guy. And eventually I'll get back on Twitch one of these days. But YouTube, they slap me backwards every time I try to post anything, so I kind of gave up on it. So, I don't know.
Huh.
I'm not big enough. I'm not Will Smith or Chris Pratt or whatever.
You're not big enough. That's hysterical because they don't notice us at all.
We're invisible.
Like when Jack Black jumped on TikTok and YouTube, like holy crap! And YouTube's like, oh, Jack Black. I post something that's like, John Bailey.
But I mean, they've heard your voice whether they know it or not.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things. I'm just like the faceless guy that everybody's heard, but nobody knows who I am.
Yeah, but you can still shop at Walmart,
True.
Nobody's going to bother you.
Yeah, true. I don't
some of their deals are good, John. I'm just saying. And the people watching is like,
because there's people out there and they're germs and they're touchy and they're like, oh, John Bailey, we need to get a picture with you. Oh, John Bailey. I'm just kidding. Stop.
Oh, that's so true. I went into Panera to pick up lunch for my kids the other day, and I heard these women coming in, and one of them said, I ain't wearing a mask. I refuse. And she sounded just like that. Like she was like a cartoon of herself. I refuse. And I was like,
yes, Karen?
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, all right. I think the Panera police are coming.
Cody wants to know what the toughest impression for me to pull off was. There's two that got. They auditioned for Jeff Bridges, and I got an audition for Chris, and both of them kind of have distinct, almost normal voices. You know what I mean? So I kind of had to just revoice engineer, and work backwards from something that I was familiar with. So with Jeff Bridges, I started with Frank Caliendo's John Madden. And I work backwards from this guy, boom, this is the place to, hey, man, we got to get those Duracell batteries, man, just looking for my rock, man. And then with Owen Wilson, with Chris Pratt, I started with Owen Wilson because I realized he kind of just sounds like they could be brothers, voice brothers. One sounds like he's from Missouri and the other one sounds like he's from California. So you start with Owen Wilson, like, wow, you put that, and you take all that out of the nose and you just kind of put it in the back and just kind of keep it back here. And you just tone down the surfer dude talk and, Echo Blue, respect these animals. Planty, Yeah.
Wow. Man,
Wow.
I wasn't doing anything this exciting when I was in grade school. I wasn't refining any skills like this.
Well, I'm not in
I
grade
promise
school
you.
anymore.
No, but I mean, like, that's when you started first discovering your ability, right? Your capabilities, just like years ago, back when you were still in school.
When I was 3, I was doing Grover and Mr. Rogers. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off here. Thanks for
popping in. It was really fun talking to you.
Bye, John. That was really cool.
It was fun. Yeah, go get cool.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye now. John.
How fun
Bailey.
was that?
Now listen, what kind of people are we that we like? We're not doing an episode tonight.
I don't know.
We get John Bailey just wanders in.
Hey, it's not like we knew we were gonna. You know what though? I love him. So ever since, even before he came on the show, I loved him. But after he came on the show, and then I went to his comedy show that he did in Zoom. He talks a lot about his own family experiences. Like that's kind of fodder for some of his comedy, and it really made it more like I could see him more as a person, I guess.
Human-ish.
And and I just love him. He's great.
Cody said when I was in grade school, I got caught stealing Laffy Taffy and didn't get to watch Space Jam. That's like the most 90s sentence I've ever heard in my life. I had to write sentences.
You can watch it now if you want to.
Yeah, and there's a sequel now too. So,
and I bet you could shoplift some Laffy Taffy without
anybody
knowing.
now.
Probably the banana one I would always want to eat, and I would always think I was going to like it, and I never did. It was like that disgusting fake banana thing. They made you write sentences for stealing. What was your sentence? I stole Laffy Taffy and didn't get to watch Space Jam. Did they make you write that? Like,
I will not steal.
I never had to do that. Did you ever have to do that? Like write sentences on the board or whatever?
All the time.
I always wanted to because I thought you could use that. Remember that one that had like 5 pieces of chalk in it? I'm like, you could just get this shit done like 10 minutes.
Starting in 5th grade. So that's 8. How old are you in 5th grade? You're like age 12? No, it's gonna be way back before then.
Nuh-uh. It's not way back before
Well,
then.
kindergarten, you're 8.
Huh?
How old are you?
Nuh-uh.
5? I don't know. How old are you?
Yeah.
5. So in first grade, you're 6, you're 7, you're 8, you're 9, I don't know, 10, whatever. So some age, 5th grade, I discovered that I didn't have to do what teachers told me to do. Like I didn't have to. And it wasn't like that was a good answer, but I discovered that in 5th grade and like I had a magical power. And so I wrote on sentences on the board until like school stopped giving you that.
See, I discovered you didn't have to do what teachers said, and you didn't have to make a big show of not doing what they said. And so that way you don't have to write sentences on the board, and you get to do what it is that you want.
I didn't find that other part till grade 10 and a half or so.
Oh,
You know.
more's the pity. So we really just came to tell you that we're not doing shows on Friday nights.
How's your show going? It's pretty good.
Great.
All right.
Yeah, Kate was asking. She's like, "You're not going to do?" Where's her comment? I
Yeah.
lost it. You're not going to do the show on Fridays anymore? Well, so because Friday nights, like normally no one's
Everybody's gone.
around.
Which related to that, we're sponsored by Presearch.
The afternoon noon show.
The afternoon news show.
Afternoony noon show.
We're sponsored by Presearch. It's a really cool search engine. I've been using it for weeks. It's been a very interesting experience. Presearch.com. Check it out. There's some really cool functions to it, including the fact you can get lots of search options right at one board. And also they have these cool crypto coins that you could use to stake out things like Space Jam. And every time you type it in, you go to Cody. Hey, you like an audio podcast? I sure do, but don't like our faces? Great. Go find us anywhere. Castos.com.
Castos can help you get a podcast out there. If you don't want to try the granddaddy of podcast hosting, try this one because it's new and has tons of cool functionality. It's easy.
Our friend Matt Medu works there. Hey,
I like him.
you want a .online domain like we do, the backpackshow.online? You can get one.
Hey,
Hey,
you want .online domain?
if your head reveal, cbrogan.me/online, use the code Chris at all caps. You get that thing taken care of. Hey,
And
wanna
for
make a
like
show?
less than $1.
$1, yeah, 99 cents. Sponsored by StreamYard. You want to make yourself a really cool video show? You can do it pretty fast. That thing.
This is it. Yep.
Yeah.
Just told somebody about it yesterday whilst in Zoom,
Hey, do you
which
think
I
the
like a
news
lot less.
sucks? I sure do. Saving Americans from the news.com, part of nonfiction research. Go there.
Hey, it's not because the news sucks. It's because you're not getting just the facts from anybody. You're getting they characterize them one way or another. If you just want to know what happened, check out savingamericans.com.
What's up with that ridiculous budget still not taking on the things that were promised in the campaign, like looking at college reforms, college payment reforms?
No, sometimes you just want to know what happened and you don't need to hear like 45 minutes of commentary about it from people on always on one side of the issue.
Go. All right.
We stop doing that.
No,
my button.
Just go there. Go there. All right. You want to get out of here sometime soon? Good.
Yeah, it's Friday night.
Mm.
What are you gonna do? I mean, hey, we talked to John Bailey.
Hi.
Do I have plans?
Do you have like
no?
People kept asking me, and I was like, I feel like I should lie about this. Yeah, we're going shark tickling or something.
Cow tipping. In this neighborhood where I am,
everyone's having cookouts, but I don't have any friends, so I'm not having cookouts. Are you having? Are you do cookout?
No, I don't talk to my neighbors. Are you kidding? None of these people masked up during the pandemic. You think I want to talk to any of them? Any of these fools? They had a karaoke party across the street when we were the epicenter of the outbreak in the United States. Do you think I'm ever talking to any of these people again?
I wouldn't be there. I've come up with a new recipe for tacos that I call dirty vegan tacos.
Hot.
And I'm going to make myself some dirty vegan tacos. See you, Philip. They're not usually this random, by the way, but so random that you showed up.
We actually have guests that we book in advance and have conversations about topics relevant to business success normally what we do.
Cody with all the good questions tonight. I worked with Cody a lot today.
See, I like to do something like Run DMC and Aerosmith version of Walk This Way, like something ridiculous.
Nice. Mine I stole from there used to be MTV had back when they did music stuff. MTV had this show about karaoke, and Deborah Gibson was on there. Deborah Gibson said, "See, Paul." Deborah Gibson said, because this is when she wasn't Debbie anymore.
I know her publicist.
She said that she would really love to. She always picks the longest, most lyrics possible songs. So she'd pick things like 1 Week by Bare Naked Ladies, and that's what I started doing. So I pick 99 Problems by Jay-Z. That's one of my go-tos. And then anything where there's a lot of lyrics, like I've done some pretty decent Eminem. I never do something that shows off my singing voice because I might accidentally try to sing. I like singing. I just don't want to try to sing.
You're impossible.
I feel like you would sing things like, Would I Lie to You? Or like, you'd be good for a good belter. You've got a belty voice, right? You've got a
I
crazy
have.
voice.
I really like karaoke. I normally sing just ridiculous songs, like I said. But there was one time this guy came up and asked if I wanted to be on cable access TV.
What?
And I was like, I have dreamed of nothing else since I was a girl.
Stubble Judge. Stubble, I'm going to pay you in Brogan coins if you make me a new morning backpack show.
Excuse me? Backpack coins. Thank
Is that
you
what they're called?
very much.
What I call them?
Brogan coins.
Oh, yeah, backpack coins.
Yeah, we need another intro, another opener.
Yeah, we need to change it up. I'll give you the people. If you're willing to do it, I'll send you some coins. Backpack coins.
I think you should sing now before we go out. Like maybe people would like to hear that.
What? The 99 Problems?
No, but something else.
Oh.
Pick something else. Brogan bucks.
Brogan bucks. Brogan bucks.
BROGN. That could have been your coin.
Know what we like? Somehow that sounded like almost like a weird Hulk Hogan.
No, it'd be like Flickr or like any of the ones where they leave the.
Brogan.
Yeah.
Do you? I mean, think about what we could do. We could have people pay.
I could have been famous in like Orleans, Massachusetts.
Think about the fact that people could donate the Brogan bucks to pick the song, and they'd pick like Celine Dion, "Our Heart Will Go On" or something like that. That'd be pretty good.
I'm going to do that to you. I'm going to pick a Debbie Gibson song, Electric Youth or something like that. Just
I don't know that song. That would make it harder.
Oh, that would make it better.
Oh, I immediately went to the other Debbie Gibson, Britney Spears.
Those two things are not.
Look, you know how Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are pretty much the same person? That's the same, I think. I think Debbie / Britney.
No, because I've heard some covers of Britney Spears songs that are like bitchin', and I've never heard a cover of a Debbie Gibson song and been like, that's rocking. I like that. Like I would listen to that.
That requires a little bit of neck manipulation. He's got a good falsetto trill. Is that what you'd call that?
I don't know. I don't know what I'd call that. A Friday night at Chris Brogan's house, I guess, is what I would call that.
Ostensibly sober. I could do duck.
Oh, you could do the duck song. A duck walked into the lemonade stand and he said to the man, run in the stand, hey, bum, bum, bum. Got any grapes? Come on, you know that one. Don't even pretend you don't. You totally do.
I don't know that song. I've always heard that as a joke.
Oh.
And my old boss said it, but he would do it like a really crazy lisp. Like he'd be like, got any grapes? And so every time anyone just says got any grapes in my head, I'm like adding in the sound.
My kids loved it, but they weren't little at the time. They just had discovered YouTube. So they'd be like, let's watch the duck song. And I'm like, okay. It was better than like Teletubbies or something.
Are your kids the kind that were like repeat the thing over and over and over again, like play it like 8,000 times kind of kids?
They were the kind that would stop it and back it up, like loop something. One part of something that they thought was funny. So it's not even like you got to watch the whole video over and over. You got to watch one part of the video over and over. It was great. I love motherhood. I find it very fulfilling. I think now we've covered the bases. So
fine.
No shows on Fridays.
No shows on Fridays.
We're moving back to 10 a.m. Eastern starting July 12th.
Hey, Kerry, what would you put in your backpack?
Kindness.
Oh, come on. It's Ariel's. Give me a good one.
Let's see. Well, what's gotten me through is, I think, tenacity. Like I just don't, if I want to do something, I just keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. And eventually it happens. So I guess it's called tenacity or insanity. I don't know which of the two you call that.
Can be both.
Yeah. But I'm never like, oh, well, I guess that's not going to happen. If it's something I really want, if it's something I'm just like trying out, then I might decide it's not for me. But if I want it, it's happening. Pretty much.
Thanks, Marion. I'll wear them on your interview if you want. So I think What would I add? I would add execution because I mean that's what I do. That's what I do. Oh, a new show opener. That would be true.
No way, do they really? Anything is better than Teletubbies. That's so true.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Except maybe Super Y. Oh, that was so annoying. They reused parts of the show. The animation itself was actually, they just grab it and run it, like, you know what I mean, in the right part of the show. They'd be like, get that clip, run that clip. It was so freaking lazy. Like, it's bad enough.
I like Teletubbies plenty. I mean, I was always like, oh, Poe. I was like into that. But I think Dora used to wreck me though. I'd be like, oh my gosh.
We do
Like,
that sometimes as a joke. Do you want to do this? Do you? Like, the kids are like, I
my
hate you,
gosh.
mother.
Well, let's look at the
Great.
map and see where we have to go. Past the tree?
The Wiggles. Look at everybody bonding over the shows they hate.
Abattoir? Or
Backpack. I don't know if they're. I actually liked Thomas the Tank Engine. The ones that were narrated by George Carlin were probably my favorites. And then I get into fights with my British friends who preferred Ringo Starr. and we would
or
argue
Alec
about it.
Baldwin. Come on now.
Well, no, George
Really?
Carlin or Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Nuh-uh.
That's a tough call.
Not for me.
He was a cheeky little engine. I mean, it's kind of a weird one if you go back and think about that for a minute.
I did have an appreciation for Ringo Starr when he would do like the evil train characters, like Diesel, Devious Diesel. He would do that one. Like Ringo Starr was great. He's like, I heard a great joke. I'll whisper it to you. And he was so good. So I don't know. I guess I could be like convinced, but not for Alec Baldwin.
There are certain shows that I would watch with or without kids. Like I'd watch. This is a kind of a rare one, but I really like the Rubber Dubbers. Little Einstein, big Little Einstein fan here.
Oh, Little Einsteins. Yeah, can't complain about that. Teaching kids about classical music. Come on.
Our favorite rocket ship. There's so much to find. Little Einstein.
Einsteins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Climb aboard. We're ready
to explore. We're gonna get sued and embarrass ourselves. We should probably stop.
Didn't Ringo drum for Alice in Chains? Oh my gosh. How to get things thrown at you in a club for 200. Oh my gosh. I would do any Alice in Chains song at a karaoke. Because all you gotta do is just keep your mouth shut. Like you just ate
This is
peanut
such a
butter.
lie. You wouldn't be willingly present at karaoke unless like they paid you a lot of money.
Love karaoke.
Yeah.
I at the Liz Strauss's conference, SobCon, I did a bunch of, including Jeremy, who comes to the show sometimes from Thailand. We did Backstreet Boys. I Want It That Way. Me and Phil Gerbishak. Do you know Phil?
Mm-hmm.
Phil Gerbishak. David Armano may or may not have been part of that.
It's a very male group.
It's a boy band, right? You know, they don't call it a boy and girl band.
I think Stubble Judge did Hit Me Baby One More Time. One time.
See, that's why I said I'd do some Britney.
The same night that I did Me and Bobby McGee. And he did Hit Me Baby One More
I think
Time.
he had the better song. Oh,
Me or
bang,
him?
bang, bang.
We definitely had the easier song.
I wasn't supposed to know. I mean, yeah. You can mix her with Cameo really well, I think. Word up. Ow. They're very similar.
So my mom had no kind of singing voice, just being honest. And she smokes. So if she ever did, it's gone. But my uncle actually had performed as a musician from the time he was like a teenager. And then he had a duo with his dad. So they were the Phil Morrison duo. And they performed at Top of the Hub. So I have showbiz in my blood. I used to give him a hard time. Like, come on, I was supposed to ride your coattails.
Right.
You know, why should I have to do the work of blowing up? What does it take to be a guest on your show? That's such a good question. It's pretty
specific.
You have to succeed at something and it has to be interesting. And we want to talk about it.
Yeah, and it can't be marketing turd head shit. Like we don't talk about marketing that often, although every rare now and again we accidentally have to. Like Joe Pulizzi was on this week. Oh,
because people love it. People
oh my
love
God.
talking about it.
Every time we put a marketing turd head on the show, the numbers go through the roof. By the way, sponsored by Joe. Thanks, Joe. His book.
You should put that up for the rest of the time.
Well,
here, I'll take this one off. All right, Fussy. It's the same section.
All right. So yeah, I mean, it basically. Put the cube in my chest, boy. So, yeah. So
Wow.
we
Well, this was unexpected.
That's the worst. We pick guests based on the idea that the content has to be somehow interesting enough, better than this. I mean, this is a bullshit episode today, but we don't talk to marketing turd heads. We try to talk to
Often.
people who have kind of useful and interesting and creative experiences. So we've talked to Mexico City comedy horror actors, Horacio Garcia Rojas, for instance. We've talked to 2 different types of dominatrixes. If you start a cookie business and send Kerry and Chris cookies, you get something out of it.
Or just Chris, apparently. That's enough.
Enough for me. Just like C is for cookie. It's also good enough for me. Coletti's cookie came on. She's a bakery. You could be a chocolatier from Memphis. That's a good job.
It's not exactly just about what you've done. It's about whether people can learn something from it. Like, so in Coletti Cookie's case, it was because she has Down syndrome and she'd applied for job after job after job, and people kept saying, "You're not a good fit. You're not a good fit." And they were just being dicks. So she got tired of that and she started her own business and a nonprofit leadership program where she helps other people with any kind of challenge to find the skills they need to get the skills they need for leadership in the workplace. Independent.
We've had actors. We've had a space lady on.
And you mean an astronaut?
Oh yeah,
a space lady? Really?
Astro Nicole, whatever her name was. We had a person who did kind of what we do. She has her own show called My Local Heroes.
Documentary filmmakers.
A lot of documentary filmmakers.
Authors. People who rent cows and chickens.
Matchup DJs. A baseball team owner. Team owner.
NASCAR team owner.
And
a race car driver, Ryan Preece.
The Jamaican Hurricane, who's a WNBA player, who now is doing an incredible nonprofit that we've given to.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, a musician with a massive following who got known for a meme on Teen Titans Go.
That was so crazy. Yeah. So anyway, basically it's people who've done interesting things, encountered success, from whom we think we could look at their story and distill it down into lessons you can use to succeed in your own endeavors. That's what we hope for.
We don't too often interview coffee roasters, just so you know. Not too often.
I wanted like a coffee expert, like if you want to a sommelier, like for wine, I wanted like a coffee sommelier. And what we got was a guy who's like, I made a roaster.
We had a guy, this is Philip, this is for you to think about as well. We had a guy who was the youngest ringmaster ever hired by Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus, who went on to make his own circus and is married to the first female master distiller since Prohibition.
Like, well, I don't know if they're married, but they're together.
They're a couple. They have babies. They've spawned.
Oh my God, their baby's so cute. You got to find that picture. I'm like,
so I have that picture somewhere because I showed it to Randall at work.
Because it's ridiculously cute. Am I right?
Super cute. The baby's the cutest baby ever made.
Really?
Babies are cute.
Except for my babies.
Your babies were ugly?
No, my babies are the cutest babies ever made.
Oh, right.
Obviously.
Right. Blake Harris, Ben Proudfoot. We've had a lot of documentary filmmakers on. So if you got any documentaries laying around, Philip.
Laying around.
A bunch of them. Bag of them.
I was trying to find a picture of that baby so everybody could see. Because look, it's ridiculously cute.
You found it already?
Make it bigger. Baby.
See,
the baby ringmaster.
Kerry found that costume for him. So
that was their gift for coming on, because I was like, what do you get? Like a future little ringmaster.
Yeah. So that really inspires me to Did you know that Freedan's the one that took the stick out of gum?
No.